Hi everybody, my name is Renee Quiet. I'm from Yelm, Washington. I'm a team leader with Usborne Books and More, and I have been with the company since February 2014. I wanted to share with you today a few of my favorite Kane Miller books. The first one of which is called Jonathan James and the What If Monster. I actually have a friend here today who's going to talk to me about the book. He's the What If Monster. And we all have what if monsters. And, hold on. Oh, he said, what if you don't like my video? I hadn't really thought of that. What? He said, what if you don't think I'm very knowledgeable about my products? That's kind of scary. Gosh, I hadn't really thought that I wouldn't be knowledgeable of my products. And I am kind of shy. Maybe he's right. Maybe I shouldn't talk on this video. Maybe I should just turn it off. Or what if somebody learns something from my video? What if I make somebody smile today? I think it's worth the risk of being a little scared to face my fears and maybe possibly help somebody else out. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to share with you the book. This book is by Michelle Nelson Schmidt. She's a wonderfully inspirational woman who I had the privilege to meet. She is not only the author, but she is the artist who created these beautiful pictures within the book. It talks about Jonathan James and his daily trials. What if I fall down the big tree? What if I skin my knee? What if I make a painting and everybody laughs? What if there's a monster in my closet and it's scary? And then in the end of the book, Jonathan James says, wait a minute. What if I climb that tree and I don't skin my knee and it's super awesome? Or what if I'm the new kid in school and everybody likes me and I meet my best friend? Or what if that monster in my closet becomes my cuddliest, bestest friend ever? So it's just dealing with all these fears and insecurities we have on a daily basis. And it turns them around, that those fears can be used for good if we set our minds right and we push through them. So this book has been a life changer for me, honestly. I know it's for kids, but I recommend it to everybody I meet as an adult to read this book because it's a game changer. The next book I have is called Bob is a Unicorn. Bob. You might be saying, that does not look like a unicorn to me, and you would be right. But Bob thinks he's a unicorn. He might be missing a horn right now because it's in my kid's room. But in this book, Bob tells everybody that he's a unicorn. He asks them, do you notice my beautiful horn? Do you see that I'm a unicorn? No, Bob, we don't see your horn. We don't see you as a unicorn. So they're taking things for face value. Whereas Bob's using his creative imagination and creating, I guess, a life, if you will, of what he sees and what he perceives. And he goes through his life, and nobody sees Bob the way Bob sees Bob. And he says, oh, well, nobody sees me as a unicorn. He almost gives up, which is really sad. And then one day, Bob meets a beautiful fairy. And she says to Bob, you are the best unicorn I've ever seen. What a beautiful horn, and just look at your mane and sparkles, excuse me. Let's play, Bob. And Bob says, yes, please. This is how Bob sees himself. And this is how the fairy sees Bob, because she chooses to see Bob in this way, and it's beautiful. And in reality, Bob doesn't look like a unicorn, and the fairy doesn't quite look like the fairy that Bob and she saw. But they become friends, and they accept each other for who they are and who they choose and want to be in life. And they become wonderful friends. This book comes in paperback and hardback, as does The What If Monster. This one specifically, I suggest getting in hardback. There's a little surprise in the back of your book that you won't get with the paperback. And it's how all Bob's friends finally see Bob as what he is. They accept it. They start to be creative. Some become unicorns, others become fairies. And it's just a beautiful story about accepting who you are as a human being. My final book for this video is called Cuddle Bear. Cuddle Bear is just that. He's the most cuddliest, lovingest bear ever. He's so squishy, you'll want to cuddle him every night. Everybody that meets Cuddle Bear loves him. In real life and in the book. So here's his book. Cuddle Bear gives everyone a hug. Whether it's they fell down and skinned their knee, they're feeling lonely, nobody likes them because they're afraid of that person seems intimidating. It has the most beautiful illustrations, I think, out of almost all of our books. I almost want to take the pages out and frame them because I love them so much. I'm just going to show you a few. Look, there's a little lonely penguin. Cuddle Bear comes to find him and gives him a hug. He parachutes in. There's the mean, grouchy lion everybody's scared of. So he's grumpy because he's never had a hug. And that's so sad. So Cuddle Bear gives him a hug. And it's all about loving each other and being there for each other when we need each other. And just, you could change somebody's entire life by a kind word or a hug. So as I'm wrapping this video up, I just want to share with you, push through your what ifs. Don't fall into what other people have created you to be. Be your own person. What if you start this company and you're amazing and you take off and you get all these promotions and that's awesome? Or what if you take off slowly and you share one book with one child and that child grows up to be a teacher who shares books and the love of reading with hundreds of children over a lifetime? That's pretty amazing. So thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. And go out there and share your books and your passion for reading.